Good evening, Dan Fitzpatrick here at Stock Market Mentor on Monday, January 30th. And today, or this evening, we're going to look at RenRen. Now, this is a stock that I've been chatting about at Stock Market Mentor since it broke out here. Broke out of a volatility squeeze here on the 11th, where the stock traded above the upper Bollinger Band on high volume. And so since that time, the stock trickled up a bit, and then on Friday, this thing really took off. And those of you that were at the San Diego Warden workshop over the weekend, this is a stock that I'd talked about. I was talking particularly about the power of volatility squeezes, and this is certainly one of them. But the additional aspect of this stock is the whole Facebook thing. Where, the Facebook IPO and all that jazz. So everything related to social media is now in vogue, and particularly when it gets to China, everybody gets all frothy about that as well. One thing, and we'll get into the specifics of the trade here in just a second. If you are out of this, if you are not trading this stock, this is what you're thinking. Oh, the PE's amazingly high. Oh, this is so stupid. Or you're thinking, well, I got a friend over in China and he says that nobody's using this thing. Or, well, the numbers are suspect because everybody knows that China lies about all their numbers. They do. And so there's all these excuses for why you are not in this stock. None of those excuses matter. None of them matter. Because the only reason why you should be in this stock is actually very simple. Because it's going up. That's it. 4 words. Because it's going up. You don't even have to say going. It's going. Because it's going up. That's why you want to be in this stock. Now, why am I pounding the table? What's this? That's the sound of me pounding the table. Why am I pounding the table about this? Because since I just told you why you should be in this stock, you never have to ask yourself, how do I know when to get out of the stock? You get out of the stock when your reason for getting into the stock is no longer valid, which would mean you get out of the stock when it stops going up, when it starts going down, when it stops going up. That's it. You don't get out of the stock when the PE all of a sudden becomes more remarkable to you, and all of a sudden you're starting to look at the company as a viable trade. You don't get out of the stock at some point later in time because the stock pulled back to $4, $3, $2, and now, even though you got into the stock, because it's going up, you forgot to get out of the stock, or you were looking for more from the stock. So now all of a sudden the stock's coming down, and what are you doing? You're pulling out the financials on the stock and seeing if there's a reason, any possible reason, why you can talk yourself into thinking that it was a wise thing for you not to sell RenRen. What I'm telling you is, again, the reason to be in the stock is because it's going up. The reason to get out of the stock is it stopped going up. Right now, the stock is still going up. $4, $6 in 2 days. That's a pretty big move. You can do the math on that and get a percentage of roughly 50% in 2 days. What matters is the stock continues to go up. Now, with that said, here's a resistance level here. Top of the trade here was $7.34. That was back in October. Right about now, anybody who's long the stock is looking for an excuse to sell. The stock, look at the upper Bollinger Band. The upper Bollinger Band here, for crying out loud, is at 540. The stock opened at 543 and never looked back. So the stock opened above the upper Bollinger Band and has not pulled back to meet that yet. There's every reason to be selling this stock. every reason to be selling the stock, and I would recommend that you do just that. However, before we get too nuts here in what I just said, I'm not calling the top. What I'm doing is saying a couple things. This stock could continue to go up. I have a pretty big position in it still, but I'm twitching. Because I'm looking for more upside, but I'm also ready for more downside. I know apparently there was an analyst on Fast Money that was saying that the stock could get up to $9 or something like that. By the way, by the time a stock makes fast money, and this is not a slam on Fast Money at all, I'm talking about the news media, it can be any show. By the time a stock makes fast money and they're talking about it, the meat of the trade is actually already over because, and I want you to think about this, because the only reason they will be talking about it is because it's topical, because that's television. And a stock is only topical after it's made a big move, one way or the other. So here, it would have been kind of silly for them to avoid talking about RenRen. The stock was up massively today, so they're going to chit-chat about that. You need to be working on getting into these types of stocks before they hit the news. That's the task of a trader, particularly if you're more of a fast trader. So that's some of the stuff that we do on Stock Market Mentor, as a lot of you guys know. So here with RenRen, what the heck are we going to do with this thing? First of all, don't sell it all at once. Don't sell it all at once, because what happens is you wind up selling the stock because you made a really nice profit. Oh my God, I got a double. I'm out of here. Then as soon as you sell, the stock continues to go back up, and now you're feeling like a fool because you wish you hadn't sold any of it. What you should have done is sold half, or sold a third, or a quarter, or something, but you take some off the table and you resign that you're going to hold some basically till the bitter end. Because what happened here is the stock moved up really, really nicely. I was actually hoping for one big old buying climax, a little squirt right into the close. We didn't get that. We got it actually, a little reversal of that. A big downdraft here on heavy volume, 1.5 million shares in 5 minutes. That's pretty high volume, 5 minutes. And then a continuation to the downside. But you can see the stock's actually trading up a bit after hours. I have no idea what the stock's going to be doing tomorrow morning at the open, because you're probably going to get some analyst coming out with an upgrade, and you're going to get another analyst coming out with a downgrade saying this is the stupidest move I've ever seen. This is a big sell, sell, sell. So this could really go any way, either way. What you have to do is just manage your risk. That's what you want to be focused on here. And one way to do that is, we'll go back to the 5-minute chart. Actually, we'll do it this way. We're on a 15-minute chart. I'm just using an 8-period moving average. Use this as a reference point for the stock. If it closes down below the 8-period moving average for 2 consecutive 5-minute periods, that's when you want to be lightening up on this stock. I'll say it again. If it closes below the 8-period moving average for 2 consecutive periods, that's when you want to be lightening up on the stock. So long as it does not do that, you want to stay long the stock, because it's just a function of math. If it ain't closing below it, then it's closing above it, and because the 8-period moving average is trending higher now, then the higher close will continue to pull the moving average higher. Again, it's a math thing. So anyway, that's one way to be trading RenRen. It's a way that I would actually suggest, but what you got to do is remember, again, you're in this stock because it's going up, not because it's China, not because of Facebook. That's why the stock is going up in part, but you don't care about that. You stay in the stock as long as it's going up. When it stops going up, you get out, and you get out fast, because if you don't get out fast, you're going to be that last guy holding those 5,000 shares or 1,000 shares or however many you're holding, wondering why nobody wants the stock that was so dear last week. So anyway, there's some thoughts on RenRen. I hope they work for you. and I hope you guys got onto this early. So I will see you at the strategy session, members. Got a lot of stocks that we're covering over there, and it's actually shorter than usual because I'm talking real fast.